Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the White Coat Ceremony of the St. George's University School of Medicine Class of 2030. Woo! I would like to recognize the presence of Dr. Charles Monica, Chancellor, Dr. Gaurav Dayal, Chief Executive Officer, Medford Global Healthcare Education, Dr. Marius Lucas, President of St. George's University and Dean of the School of Medicine, Dr. Mark Clunas, Provost and Senior Associate Dean of Basic Sciences of the School of Medicine, Dr. Sean Charles, Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Taisha Donald, Medical Director, Grenada General Hospital, and our esteemed keynote speaker, Dr. Lucy Clunas, Vice President of Student Affairs and the Senior Associate Dean of Student Affairs for the School of Medicine, Dr. Anthony Andel, Vice Provost for Academic Quality and Strategic Progress, Dr. Sadish Bidesi, Interim Dean of the School of Veterinary Medicine, Dr. Arlette Harry, Vice President for Multicultural Affairs and Interim Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Lyndon Tellisford, Interim Dean of the School of Graduate Studies, the Vice Presidents, Associates, and Assistant Deans, Chairs, Heads of Departments within the School of Medicine, other faculty members, staff, parents, loved ones, and most especially our students. My name is Dr. Kazara Rayburn, and I am the Associate Dean for Curriculum in Basic Sciences. It is my honor and privilege to stand here before you as a proud alumna of St. George's University School of Medicine and your Master of Ceremonies. I still remember the pride, anticipation, and yes, the nerves that accompanied my own White Coat ceremony. Being here today as both an alumna and faculty member makes this moment especially meaningful. This ceremony marks a defining milestone, the moment that you are formally welcomed into the medical profession and entrusted with its values. The white coat you receive today is more than a symbol of knowledge. It represents compassion, integrity, resilience, professionalism, and a lifelong commitment to serve. As you put it on for the first time, remember it does not simply signify what you have achieved. It reflects the responsibility that you now carry and the physician that you are becoming. Today begins a journey that will challenge you, it will inspire you, and ultimately it will shape you into the doctors that you're destined to be. I would now like to share with you a brief history of the White Coat ceremony. In 1993, the Arnold P. Gold Foundation created the White Coat ceremony at Columbia University's College of Physicians and Surgeons to promote humanism in medicine. With guidance from the Gold Foundation, St. George's University School of Medicine initiated its own White Coat ceremony in 1996, long before many other US medical schools. In 2003, the Gold Foundation founded the Gold Humanism Honors Society, an international society dedicated to the promotion of humanism, professionalism, and ethics in medical practice and medical education. Dr. Arnold Gold passed away at the age of 92. He was an international advocate for humanism in healthcare, and we are honored to have hosted Dr. Gold and his wife Sandra as keynote speakers for our Spring 2005 White Coat ceremony. St. George's University's chapter of the Gold Humanism Honor Society is based in the Department of Clinical Skills and supported by the Dean of Medicine's office. Our chapter established a humanitarian student organization in 2009, through which our basic sciences students promote humanism across the SGU and Grenadian communities. Chapter members are nominated by their peers and inducted during their clinical training where they participate in an ongoing chapter project. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium Dr. Mark Clunas, Provost of St. George's University.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rayburn. I'm going to stand on the protocol already established for our introductions, but I do want to say a very special thank you and welcome back to our Chancellor Modica, who's here again. It's a very special year for us. Our 50th birthday is in just a few months. But I also want to take some time to thank Lisa Modica, because she has been behind St. George's University and our Chancellor, and I notice you never get mentioned, Lisa, so I want to mention you for all support of the university. We also have our external guests, Dr. Gaurav Dayal, our CEO, Dr. Taisha Donnell, who's our our White Coat speaker, and Dr. Sean Charles, who's the Chief Medical Officer. So a very warm welcome to everyone. I want to start off with a very special thank you really to the parents, the brothers, the sisters, the children, the partners, the families, all of you who are here to support these aspiring physicians, because without you, many of our students would have not made it this far. We're very proud to welcome you to St. George's University and to Grenada, which is a beautiful part of the world. So welcome to SGU and welcome to the SGU family. And at this point, we usually express our thanks, a round of applause from our graduates, or not our graduates, our White Coat, to the families and to the support that they've provided for us. So a very warm welcome and thank you. St. George's University is 50 years old in just a few months. And as we prepare to celebrate our 50th anniversary of our Chancellor's vision, which is brought to life here in Grenada, you're becoming part of a proud tradition. We're the single largest contributor of physicians to North America, an alumni base of more than 25,000 students. Our students come from more than 140 countries. Our clinical network spans from the East Coast to the West Coast of the USA. It covers the UK, has a presence in Canada, and of course, right here in Grenada. The most impressive statistic, however, I'm reliably informed, is if you're hit by a car in New York City, there's a 1 in 20 chance you'll be patched up by an SGU graduate. Now, each year at graduation in New York, we celebrate the Gold Humanism Awards, and Dr. Bob Grant, who's not with us today, but will be joining us this weekend, reminds us the 5 H's of humanism: honesty, humility, hustle, humor, and happiness. So in thinking about today's ceremony, I was thinking more about the 5 W's of White Coat. Wisdom. Really, in the basic sciences, we're going to ask you to go beyond memorized facts. Weave together knowledge, clinical experience, ethical judgment, along with the knowledge of people and peoples, how they work, how they live, and what they are within society. Wisdom is more than knowledge. It's knowledge expressed in the countless ways in which humans express their lives. It's social, it's political, it's systems of healthcare, not just the fact about organ systems. And to be a good doctor, you need to understand the patient, but also the ecosystem in which they live. Workmanship. Approach your craft with precision, discipline, and pride. Do things the right way, even when no one is watching. Warmth. Let your compassion and listening be as reliable as your stethoscope. Listen to your patients' voices with the same care that you give to listening to their hearts. Patients will never know how well you scored in your OSCE in their detection of an S3 gallop, but they'll always remember being truly heard. They'll always remember being truly given a voice in the interactions with you as a physician. Wonder. Stay curious, question assumptions, celebrate discovery, ask questions. Medicine never stops growing, and neither should your sense of awe at what you have the privilege of doing. And the last W, wellness. Guard your own health and well-being. Burnout heals no one. Find balance. Remember, your health is linked to your patient's health care. A sense of purpose and meeting your purpose will help guard against burnout. Physicians work hard, but many people work hard. It's not working hard that creates burnout, but it's working hard without a sense of purpose. So wisdom, workmanship, warmth, wonder, wellness. There's a Japanese concept, ikigai, that which makes life worth living. And it's the intersection of 4 ideas: what your passion is, what you're good at, what people need, and what you can make a living at. And if you can push 4 of those buttons, then you have the secret to purpose. As the Romans put it, faber est sue quisque fortunae. You're the architect of your own fortune. So may you build well with wisdom, workmanship, warmth, wonder, and wellness, and may your white coat fit not just your shoulders, but also your sense of purpose. Congratulations this morning. I'd now like to welcome to the stage the President of St. George's University and your Dean of the School of Medicine, Dr. Marius Lucas.
A very warm welcome to everybody. Very good to see you all. So let's start with the bad news and the good news. So in medicine, we have always some bad news and always some good news. So the bad news is 50% of what you're going to learn in medical school. They will be fairly irrelevant or wrong by the time you graduate. The only problem, we don't know which 50%. And the reason is that medicine is such fast-growing science that we're learning new things again and again and again. So when you go back to the history of medicine, you will realize that many of the things that we learned back in the 70s or in the 80s, they are not applicable right now. And with the world of AI, we go to the good news right now, you're going to have a job, and you're going to have a very, very good job, while the rest of the world is not going to have the same good news like you have. AI is taking over everything, but not medicine. The patients, they need to touch the hand of a doctor. They need to trust the physician. They need to talk to a physician. They need to talk to a human. So in other words, we are one of the best professions ever to be in this new world of AI. So congratulations for choosing this very, very good, noble profession of medicine. And since we're talking about AI, and it's kind of the big thing of the last maybe 2-3 years, it's going to be the very big thing for the next maybe 10 years, think yourself as a mathematician, and think AI as the calculator. So you're the mathematician that you're using a tool called AI. So make sure you use it a lot and more to make your life easier, to make your diagnosis more accurate, and make your patient's life much better. But without the mathematician, the calculator cannot work. So let's remember that part. When it comes now to medicine in general, and I think that's universally across all medical specialties, we need to have certain attitudes. So my advice as a dad and as your dean and as the president of this university is, number one, you need to be always enthusiastic, happy, and very smiley. Make it a habit. If you're not, well, just fake it, and at the end, that habit will become reality. It's very, very important for your peers, for your patients, for everybody to communicate with somebody who has this very nice, positive energy. And it's very, very important for us in medicine. The second thing, ask for help. Medicine is not a lonely sport. That means always we're working with other people, and many, many times we need to ask for help. This, in official medical language, is called consultation. In medical school, you have to ask for help because getting an A in the exam or 92 in an exam is never enough. You have to strive for a 93, 94, because excellence is not negotiable at this point. You have to try to become better and better and better. So asking for help, it's a great thing, and you need to get used to that. No ego, no selfishness. I ask for help all the time, my peers, my boss, and the people that they're reporting to me. And the third one, which is very, very important, and this is my dad hat, keep in contact with your family. It's very, very important. You're not alone again on this. Your family is together with you. They worry more than you can imagine. So, explain to them what's happening in your life from time to time. Instead of, how was your day? Good. I mean, the parents that can relate to that. But I think you're in a stage of your life right now that you can explain a little bit more. You can articulate a little bit what's happening in this world, because trust me, they're stressing out more than you can imagine, and it's very, very healthy to have this very supportive system. Saying that, welcome to St. George's University. We're the #1 provider of physicians in the United States for the last 11 years. And you're in the right place to do medicine. You're going to learn a lot of things. We're very enthusiastic to have you here, and I'm looking forward to see you either at the gym, in the class, or in the campus. So congratulations again, and thank you very much. It's my distinct honor right now to present you with the founder and chancellor of this university, Dr. Charles Modica.
Whew. I know what you're thinking. It's okay. Oh my God, the founder of the place is 50 years old. How old could that guy be? Well, I'm getting up there. I've done a lot of these ceremonies, and hopefully a few more to go. And I always say I look forward to seeing you at graduation, in fact. I wrote a couple of notes, not many, just a couple. I don't get to see you much. Yeah, it was 50 years ago, and I think a lot of you have been made or will be made aware of a book that just came out about it, and it's called Docs on the Bay, D-O-C-S on the Bay, and took about almost 10 years to write it. You know, it's one of those things you get back to, and then I got a really great author to write it with me, David Fisher, and we knocked it out in about 5 years. And so when you have a lot of spare time and a good sense of humor, and you want to get inspired a little bit, you should try to look in on it. Yeah, the commitments you're making today, and you've already started, I know, but the technicality of when you take the oath and everything else is okay. And Dr. Gold, by the way, was here in Grenada. We were one of the first international schools to have a white coat ceremony, and so he came from Columbia University to Grenada, and he was so impressed with all the students he met in those days, too. I got to know him and honor him. He was a really wonderful human being. And by the way, warm and fuzzy, doctor at Columbia, chair of the department, everything, every accolade you can imagine. And that's why he thought of a white coat ceremony. And what specialty was he? Pediatrician. You can always tell the surgeons from the pediatricians. Sorry, I can do it in a second. All my own graduates are, my own doctors are, my own graduates are there, and they do all sorts of things. I love them for it. I think in many ways I have a lot of respect for you because I was kind of there before, a lot of years ago, about 60 or so. I went to med school. I was the first oldest child of two second-generation Italian-Americans who met in Brooklyn. Their parents came off the old boat. And so when I came back from high school one day, you know, they used to have different professions come into the school. What do you want to be, you know? And I think it was a month before an airline pilot came in. I said, I want to be an airline pilot. Then a doctor came in, and I came home and said, you know, Mom, you know, I'm a junior in high school now, you know, thinking about college. I said, I think I want to be a doctor. Now, if I had known the response I would get, you know, I'm what 16, 17, tears. I mean, oh my God. My prayers have been answered. You know how that goes. So it was like, okay. Now, a month later, there probably was another professional in the school, but I was locked in. And I thought I wanted to be a doctor, so it was okay. I was unfortunately a baby boomer. Now, you know, you have Generation Z, Y, whatever you guys, I don't even know which one is which anymore. But we were the baby boomers because there was a boom on babies after World War II. You know, it was a 47 knockout. And I got to tell you, the baby boomers had a tough time. We didn't know about it in high school, but when we went to apply to college and then graduate school, if we went that way, there were X number of seats in medical schools before we started, 10 years, 9 years, 8, every year before we started to apply. And guess how many extra they put in for the baby boomers when they needed more physicians? 0. And that was the problem. We had a lot of qualified people who wanted to go to medical school. And I'm not talking about 100, I'm talking about 20,000 or more. Qualified. No room in the schools. The schools failed the applicants. So I went to Spain. Why'd you go to Spain? Oh, that's where I could get into. I was a baby boomer. And we went there with a little bit of a chip on our shoulder. And the chip was that if you applied to 10 medical schools in the US and you couldn't get into any of them, you were no different, very little different, than someone who applied to 10 and got into one of them. The 9 commissions, the 9 admissions committees that said there's no room for you didn't mean you weren't qualified. There wasn't enough room in that institution. They had other factors they wanted to consider, sometimes what state you came from and other things like that. So it didn't mean, I used to talk about it with the charter class down here. And I said, you know, students at Harvard Medical School probably had reject letters from Yale. Does it mean they weren't meant to be a physician? Of course not. It's whatever worked for you. And in the case of my generation, and when I went to Spain, there were thousands of students in Europe at that time, and a number in Mexico. And at that time, I went in reluctantly a little bit, but I had promised Mom I wanted to be a doctor, and it sounded like a good idea. Once you get into it, you're into it. So, and the great thing about Spain was they didn't have an MCAT test. You've heard of that, I think. Yeah, and if you're like 1 point lower, an admissions committee secretary can throw you out of the line. It's sad. One-day exam. So over there in Spain, they had the selectivo year, they called it. Selectivo means you're going to be selected if you pass. And about 1 out of 6 were not allowed to continue. So when I got my grades that summer by snail mail, again, I'm kind of like George Washington. We didn't have the internet yet, trust me, but long way. I had aprobado. Aprobado means you're approved. Every course was aprobado. My mother opened it before I did. In those days, your mother opened everything. You get over it, you know. And I hadn't told her yet. It's in the book, by the way, if you ever have a chance to read it. So I said, Mom, you know, I've been thinking about it, and I just don't want to go back. I wasn't sure if I passed everything. In some ways, I would have been okay if I didn't. I said, I'm glad I passed, but I don't want to go back. She took it pretty well for an Italian second-generation mom. She cried for about 2 weeks, I think it was. I'm not kidding. And I just didn't want to go back. So my grandfather came to talk to me. In those days, you know, parents and loved ones had a lot of influence on us. And he worked me over for about an hour. And at the end of it, I said, I just can't go back. I think I was in tears. And out of nowhere, you gotta love these guys, he was off the boat with the Italian accent. So are you gonna be a lawyer? I hadn't thought about that at all, trust me. But at that point in my life, yeah, Grandpa, that sounds like a good idea. I'll see what I can do. Oh, no, we're gonna call Uncle Philip the judge. My uncle was a Supreme Court judge in New York State, and so we got home, because there was no cell phones yet, as you probably know, and we called Uncle Philip, and all of a sudden I was on my pathway to go to law school. And the reason I refer to this story is when I tell you I respect you and understand what you're about to go through, I mean it from my heart. And the reason I want to tell you that is after 1 year in Spain, I got aprobado. I wasn't at the top of my class, obviously, but I was ready to go to the second term. 1 year in Spain. I go to law school, never having had pre-law or anything. My freshman class, we had a day and evening division at Widener University, and there were 300 students. Where do you think this knucklehead that just dropped out of Spain after a year would place in his class in law school? Top 10% maybe? That would be unbelievable, right? I was number 1 out of 300 students in my law school class. Number 1. And the reason I tell you about it, not to pat myself on the back, to let you know, when I tell you I know what you're going through, what you're about to go through, what your dedication must be, the resolve you must have for this profession, it's no easier now. I mean that from my heart. I know. Trust me, if you're looking for to just relax a little in life and study something and become a professional, law school, you read a lot of short stories, you think about it, you go to bed, and you haven't memorized much. Sorry for any lawyers right here. I never practiced law. I got a doctorate in law, and God bless the profession, but that's what I was up against. And I share the story because I like to tell you how deeply I feel about you, and I've been doing this for years now, and at graduations, I get even more emotional because when I realize that I'm the first person that's going to call each and every graduate doctor up on the podium there, it means a lot to me. You mean a lot to the world. And I know the dean and president talked about AI. AI has no empathy. I don't know much about AI, but it doesn't have empathy. You do. You're going to make great physicians. And you know, I should say, time for a little joke. In the words of Henry VIII, King Henry VIII, to all of his wives, I shall not keep you much longer. I say it to make myself smile because I have a deep respect for what you're going to do. I told you why. I've been there before. And you're the good news in the world. God bless you.
Thank you to Dr. Modica, who is, as always, our beloved Chancellor. So it is now my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Taisha Donnell, our esteemed keynote speaker. Dr. Taisha Donnell is the medical director and consultant physician, pediatrician at St. George's General Hospital, wow, where she has dedicated nearly 2 decades to advancing child health and strengthening healthcare delivery in Grenada. She trained at the Higher Institute of Medical Sciences in Villa Clara, Cuba, where she developed a strong foundation in pediatrics and a commitment to compassionate and patient-centered care. Since joining Grenada's Public Health Service in 2006, Dr. Donnell advanced through a range of leadership roles, serving as the head of the pediatric department before being appointed medical director in 2019. In this capacity, she provides strategic oversight of hospital operations with emphasis on quality improvement, patient safety, and clinical excellence. During the COVID-19 pandemic, she played a critical leadership role in coordinating clinical response efforts, guiding surge planning, and contributing to national decision-making as a member of the National COVID-19 Advisory Committee. She also serves as a focal point for the Mount Sinai International Quality Improvement Project at St. George's General Hospital. Dr. Donnell has contributed extensively to national health initiatives through her service on key boards and committees, including the Child Protection Authority, and through her work in immunization, disease surveillance, e-health, and child protection. She continues to champion programs that improve maternal and child health, including newborn screening and national immunization efforts. A dedicated educator and mentor, Dr. Donnell worked with St. George's University as a pediatric clerkship director, instructor, and clinical preceptor, helping to train and inspire the next generation of physicians. Her academic contributions include peer-reviewed publications in pediatrics and genetics, with a focus on improving care in underserved and resource-limited settings. Fluent in Spanish and shaped by a multicultural medical background, Dr. Donnell brings a global perspective to local healthcare delivery. Her career reflects a sustained commitment to clinical excellence, education, and health system strengthening in the service of the communities that she serves. As our students, as you don your white coats and take your first step toward becoming physicians, we are privileged to hear from a leader whose career reflects the very ideal this ceremony represents. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Taisha Donnell to the stage.
So Dr. Rubin is one of my babies. Dr. Charles Modica, Chancellor, Dr. Marius Lucas, President of the St. George's University and Dean of the School of Medicine, Dr. Mark Clunes, Provost and Senior Associate Dean of Basic Science of the School of Medicine, Dr. Sean Charles, Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Lucy Clunes, Vice President of Student Affairs, Senior Associate Dean of Student Affairs for the School of Medicine, Dr. Anthony Andel, Vice Provost for Academic Quality and Strategic Progress, Dr. Arlette Henry, Vice President for Multicultural Affairs and Interim Dean, School of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Satish Bidasi, Interim Dean of the School of Veterinary Medicine, the Vice President, Associate and Associate Deans, Chairs and Heads of Departments within the St. George's University School of Medicine, other faculty members, staff, parents, and most especially, our students. Good morning to everyone. Today is truly a special day, a day of pride, a day of reflection, a day of transformation. Because this white coat you will receive today is not just a uniform. It is a symbol of trust, a symbol of responsibility, a symbol of everything that you are about to become. Today we pause to celebrate, a time filled with long nights, early mornings, moments of doubt, and moments of triumph. A time that has tested your endurance, your discipline, and your belief in yourself. And yet, you are here. We celebrate how far you have come. We celebrate the knowledge you have gained, the skills you have developed, and the resilience you have built. And we celebrate this milestone. We also stand at the threshold of something profound, your transition into clinical practice. The road ahead is long. It is meaningful, it is challenging, and at times, it will test you in ways that textbooks never prepared you for. And yet, you will rise. Because none of you get here or got here alone. Behind every one of you is a quiet army, family members who sacrificed, friends who supported you, mentors who guided you, sometimes corrected you, even though not gently, and never allowed you to settle for less than your best. To them, you owe your deepest gratitude. I took some time to reflect on my own journey, and I would like to share a few lessons that have stayed with me. Medicine is simply not just a career. It is a lifelong commitment of service to ethical practice and to immense responsibility of caring for human life. Once you step onto this path, you don't just practice medicine, you become medicine. Now, the exciting part is you are actually entering medicine at an extraordinary time. You have access to technology that my generation could only dream about. Information is instant. Artificial intelligence can support your decisions, refine your thinking, and guide your actions in seconds. But I'm going to ask you a question. Does your white coat have Wi-Fi? Really, does your white coat have Wi-Fi? Okay. Some of you are probably thinking, well, it should. We are actually in a digital age. But today, I would tell you, yes, it does. Not because it connects to the internet, but because it represents connection. And with the password, you will learn connection to your patients, connection to their families, connection to your colleagues, connection to the human experience. Because medicine at its core is not about devices, data, or diagnostics alone. It is all about us people. Yes, technology will guide you. Yes, artificial intelligence will support you. But it will never replace what matters the most. It will never replace the moment you sit beside a frightened patient waiting for their test results. It will never replace the reassurance you offered a worried parent with her child in a sickle cell crisis. It will never replace compassion. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is not speak at all. Just be present, listen, care. And this brings me to something that will define your success more than you may even realize, that of communication. A professor once told me, a doctor must know not only medicine, he must understand and know everything. At that time, I thought to myself, everything? Are we speaking about religion, car repair, counseling, politics? But actually, what he meant was this. To care for patients, you must understand people, their language, their culture, their fears, their lived experiences. Here in Grenada, a patient might say, "Doc, I have a boil," If you don't understand what that means, you have to pause. But to them, it is clear. A boil is actually an abscess. And that teaches us something simple yet very powerful. Never assume. Never pretend to understand what you don't. And please, never diagnose confidently what you have not clarified. Ask questions, because when you communicate well, you do more than treat illness. You build trust, and trust is the foundation of healing. Now let's talk about something many of you think you may have mastered: time management. You will work hard, no, very hard. But you must also learn something important. You must learn how to rest. Because if you do not rest, your body will eventually make that decision for you. And I can assure you, it will not ask permission first. Sleep, eat properly, exercise. It sounds really simple, but never underestimate the powers of the basics. A well-rested doctor is not just a better professional, but a safer one. And then, deadlines. We all say, I work best under pressure. Well, I used to say that too. Until I realized that the pressure was actually doing more work on me than I was doing on anything else. So build discipline. Create structure. Because talent may get you noticed, but discipline will make you reliable. And in medicine, being reliable is what really matters. Excellence in medicine is not a destination. It is a daily decision. Seek mentors. Stay curious. Ask questions. And even the ones you think are too simple. Because the moment you believe you no longer need to learn is the moment you begin to fall behind. But beyond excellence, there is something even greater. Responsibility. Medicine will call on you in ways you do not expect. I remember the COVID-19 pandemic. Long days, late nights, constant uncertainty. Moments when I actually wondered and questioned myself, is it really what I signed up for? But those experiences actually built resilience. They remind you that medicine is not a solo journey. It is actually a team effort. And they teach you that while medicine requires sacrifice, you must never lose balance, because your strength comes not from what you do, but from those who stand with you. Your family, they're here. Your friends, your colleagues. I was happy to have my husband, my parents, my friends, and some colleagues who are here today. So today, as you put on your white coat, I want you to ask yourself, when the moment comes, will you rise? When faced with uncertainty, will you lead with courage? When given knowledge, will you use it with compassion? When listening, will you truly seek to understand? And when it matters most, will you show up not just as a doctor, but as a human being just for another human being? Remember this: knowledge will make you skilled, but empathy will make you trusted. Discipline will make you effective, but humility will make you respected. And purpose, your reason for starting, will sustain you when the journey becomes difficult, like for me during the COVID-19 pandemic. So hold on to that purpose, protect it, nurture it, never lose it. Today, you receive a white coat, but tomorrow and every day after, you earn the right to wear the white coat. Not by what you wear, but by how you serve. Not by what you know, but by how you care. So stand tall, step forward, wear your coat with pride, and remember this: the world, well, it actually needs more doctors, but needs doctors with compassion and compassionate healers. Be the ones who listen. Be the ones who lead. Be the ones who care. And long after today, long after this ceremony, may it be said that because of you, someone felt heard. Because of you, someone felt comforted. Because of you, someone found hope. So congratulations, step into your purpose, and welcome to the calling of medicine. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Donald, for your thoughtful and inspiring remarks. Your reflections on service, compassion, and the responsibility of the medical profession have provided our students with valuable guidance as they begin their journeys toward becoming physicians. St. George's University School of Medicine will now present you with a white coat symbolizing your entry to the profession and your commitment to uphold the duties and trust associated with medicine and medical training. I will now invite faculty from the School of Medicine to take the stage. Our quotas today include Dr. Mayana Charles, Dr. Simone Pear, Dr. Gabby Walcott-Bedeau, Dr. Katharina Billy, Dr. Tiffany Clemenson, Dr. Malcolm Antoine Jr., Dr. Dion Forrester, and Dr. Fumo Kani. Dr. Kerry Mitchell, Associate Dean of Student Affairs, will call each student by name and college. Those students who have with them today a physician, family member, or loved one will be quoted by those physicians. We ask that you please hold your applause until all the students have been quoted and keep the aisles clear for the duration of the quoting. And as a gentle reminder to our students, please have your coats unbuttoned before the quoting.
Deep Gill, Blackwell College. Mohammed Usman Naim. Miguel Cardona. Kendall Brooks. Zachary Osman. Dania Kadim. Amaris Murphy Richard. Nader Ahmed. Amar Chinney. Nicole Woods. Miriam Morefi. Samar Hanna. Shalene Ashuma. Veronica Kambali. Brandon Haddad. Basma Abuwaik. Jatanya Clark. Jitania Clark. I will now call students from the Curie College. Caitlin Lackey. Dia Patel. Nathaniel Jenkins. Leandrew Pate III. Brooke Baldwin. Taylor Mooney. Taipeng Zhang. Grace Biggers. Maya Oshibogun. Raina Ackley. Emily Mitsopolis. Irene Geraldo. Monique Nazar. Riley Perez. Zosia Kutum. Laith Bukhari. Ashima Aradia. Jose Gonzalez Jr. I will now call on the students from Fleming College. Agbomere Gaderi. Kelly Fino. Maria Carla Rodriguez Garcia. Ashley Janus. Jalissa Brown. Eknur Jaji. Yasser Raphael. Ilani Higgins. Evie John. Serat Ajula. Carolyn Damas. Isabella Pepe. Laura Gomez. Samantha Duzon. Cherish Abraham. Taylor McAllister. I will now call on the students from Galen College. Tasdeeq Khan. Harry Patel. Shalom Jicom. Eduardo Lucas. Marquay Bressler. Margaret Margaret Ann Lott. Craig Stringer. Neha Guru. Sabrina Villarreal. Ali Akhtar. Corali Nanfak. Anyundu Dilora. Laurie Elizabeth from Kembu.
There we go.
Devonna Quasi Wood. Candice Lindo. Carla Herrera Torres. Leah Kennedy. I will now call on the students from Hippocrates College. Lorena Naveda Castillo. Emily Donnelly. Angelica Lane Mager. Haley Verlklin. Skylar Terry. Skylar Terry. Alexander Trifonov. Daniel Small. Jordan Marshall. Jasmine Williams. Jessica Zephyr. Wisam Kamel. Sethson Bertham. Humayun Musayev. Gabriela Aldana Rodriguez. Rowa Abdallah. Gurleen Kaur. Sida Mohammed. Iba Al-Sadri. Oluwati Biloba Adioti. I will now call on the students from McKindo College. Gabriela Cruz. Andrew Kim. Benjamin Manjukic. Chase Lamont. Aya Al-Sagri. Aliyah Lopez. Alessandra Lopez. Saif Husseini. Destiny Lavita Stevens. Gavin Hall. Crystal Kanoa. Anuraj Singh. Kenneth Sarpong Mensa. Sterling Sadler. Carlo Gonzalez Rostant. Chinwoke Elechi. Ayman Hassan. Justice Kelly. Camila Ruiz Ching. Zera Gatam. Ryan Simmons. Yuman Bilal. I will now call on the students from Metrodora College. Hussefa Zafir. Salil Trihan. Jaina Daoud. Melvin Strazer Nicole. Somaina Ezinia. Leila Zaid. Hiwat Mamo. Ramil Balde. Emily Lerias. Faven Asifal. Bao Tontat. Aditi Verma. Amish Patel. Nidhi Patel. Monica Hamilton. Cade Clark. Tanner Wolf. Marquise Neal. Akithma Hakupo. Alexandria Scarlett. Christian Jacobson. I will now call on the students from Peabody College. Jamie Losada. Deborah Achineje. Tyra Anderson. Chioma Chibuku. Gokul Rajiv. Namdi Raphael Okoye III. Charlie Williams. Nicole Samuels David. Thomas Platt. Somto Ibe. Jessica Friedman. Abigail Bryant. Andres Casillas. Amar Gori. Samuel Sipasar. Awa Feti. Jumana Al-Sultani. Otowe Anya. Inara Ratani. And Rana Azad. I would like to thank the faculty from the School of Medicine for their assistance in quoting our students. I will now like to call on the students who will be quoted by their designees. Natalia Chima, quoted by Dr. Usman Chima, her father and SGU alum. Noah Sharma and Dr. Sharif Sharma, his father. Hani Chengezi and Dr. Hamim Chengezi, father. Joshua White, quoted by Dr. Donna Dilworth, mother. Yash Saxena, quoted by Dr. Siobhan Saxena, father. Aiza Buyan, quoted by Dr. Osman Kuya, grandfather. Mariana Quintero, quoted by Dr. Karen Garrido, mother. And Blake Robinson, quoted by Dr. Ernest Robinson, father.
we go, you know?
Michael Farmer II, quoted by Dr. Michael Farmer, father. Kaylee Bova, quoted by Dr. Karen Kroger, godmother. Kai Soderberg, quoted by Dr. Karen Kroger, godmother. Fernanda Rodriguez, quoted by Dr. Marianela Ochoa, mother. Ndukwe Uduma, quoted by Dr. Ndukwe Uduma, father. Abby Sten, quoted by Dr. Judith Orden Sten and Dr. Kurt Sten, grandmother and grandfather. Charita Jadella, quoted by Dr. Sayama Varadu, mother. Omkar Sonovane, quoted by Dr. Vidya Sonovane, mother. And Heman Y, quoted by Dr. Deepak Wahi, father.
Congratulations to the class of 2030. I would now like to introduce Dr. Anna Cyrus Murden, Assistant Dean for Simulation, co-chair of the Department of Clinical Skills, and an SOM alumna, to lead you in the professional commitment.
Good afternoon. Wow. Okay. So Dr. Donald, your keynote speaker, spoke about time management. And Dr. Donald, I think this qualifies as a moment or a time to celebrate. Yeah? So the class of 2030, can you please take a moment, and I need you to outdo every bit of celebration you just did. Make me look good. And let everybody in this room know how you feel. So class of 2030, let's go. I am indeed proud. So today my job is simple. I have the honor of bringing this auspicious occasion across the finish line. So you've gotten your white coats, and now it's time again, for us to add that part that makes it a little more official, all right? So at this time, I'd like to invite you, the class of 2030, to please stand and recite aloud with me the professional commitment, which could be found in the front of your handout. I would like to also invite all the other physicians in the room to please stand and join us in reciting this professional commitment. This commitment was written by a student task force in 1995 and revised in 2024 and has been recited at each of our School of Medicine white coat ceremonies. Are you ready? Let's go. Today is the of our medical education and training as a physician. I acknowledge my responsibility to continue the pursuit of knowledge and understanding while recognizing the limits of my abilities and seeking assistance when necessary. I am entering training for a noble profession in which my interests must always be subservient to those who may seek my assistance. I must be ever conscious of the value of my fellow healthcare professionals and treat them with respect at all times. My classmates at St. George's University are my colleagues, and I owe to them the same support and encouragement to achieve their goals as I have hoped to receive from them. I will work alongside my colleagues and my professors with tolerance, compassion, honesty, and cultural humility. I will treat all the members of St. George's University community and its visitors with equity, regardless of rank, as I will do my future patients. I acknowledge my obligation to adhere to the University Honor Code and to conduct myself with integrity and in an ethical manner at all times henceforth. Taking full responsibility for my choices and actions, I shall do all within my power to show in myself an example of all that is honorable and good throughout my medical life. It is a privilege to have been given the opportunity to become a physician. May I be ever conscious of that privilege and never abuse it. Congratulations to the class of 2030. You may be seated. Welcome to St. George's University.
On behalf of St. George's University, I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to the Arnold P. Gold Foundation for generously providing the Humanism in Medicine pins that adorn each student's white coat. These pins symbolize the values of compassion, respect, humanism, and patient-centered care that are at the heart of the medical profession. I would also like to thank our students, their families and friends, faculty, staff, administrators, and distinguished guests for joining us in celebrating this important milestone. As we conclude the ceremony, we kindly ask that you remain seated and keep the aisles clear as our students and faculty exit under the direction of the ushers. And when instructed to do so, you can use the side exits. We would also like to warmly invite you all to join us for a light reception in the open area of Monica Hall, where we can continue celebrating the achievements of our students and their entry into the medical profession. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2030.